So we're back on our desktop now, and you'll find the only way you can access DashboardFox is by putting in the server name or the IP address of that server slash DashboardFox. So one of the first things we recommend is to give it a more user-friendly environment so that it's easier to access and use. Generally, this will be what you would want to use in production because once you have it set up, it's all set up. What you have to do is update your DNS provider and reference your IP address and convert that into the fully qualified domain name that you want. Or if you're just using this on your internal network, then you would set up your internal DNS router to route it to whatever internal server name you might like versus the cryptic server name that you might have by default. In our case, I use Cloudflare, so we're going to go ahead and I'll just show you a typical setup. All you're doing is setting up a record, and I set up one called example here and pointed it to the IP address. So what that allows me to do now is when I type example.dashboardfox.app, it's going to take me to my DashboardFox server. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Now, I haven't set up any SSL certificate or anything like that, so we're still on HTTP. But I'm going to put in example.dashboardfox app, and I still have to put on slash dashboard fox, and that's what I'm going to show you next, is how to get rid of this extra slash dashboard fox for your environment. Let's go ahead and hit that. You'll see now I can bring that login page up using example.dashboardfox.app because I've resolved that IP address into a fully qualified domain name at my DNS server. Now let's get rid of this dashboard fox portion, so this will really be a nice URL that'll be easy to remember. I'm going to go back over to the server, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop the Dashboard Fox master service. So if you go to Windows Services, scroll down to your D's, you'll see Dashboard Fox master service and Dashboard Fox database. Keep the database running and just right click on the master service and say stop. So we're going to stop that master service for this process. Next thing we're going to do is go to IIS. So I'm going to open up my IIS manager, and if you recall, we set Dashboard Fox up on the default website. So from here, I want to go to my advanced settings. There's going to be two things that I'm going to change. I'm going to change the application pool. So I'm going to click there, click on these three dots. I'm going to switch that to the Dashboard Fox app pool. And I'm going to change the physical path. I'm going to click here and click on these three dots. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take it to C, wherever you installed Dashboard Fox. In this case, the default will be the C drive, Program Files x86, Dashboard Fox. I'm going to select the folder called Front End and hit OK. So now you'll see that I've got that set up. I'll hit OK to save those settings, and if you want to, you can right click and restart your IIS. You don't have to, but I like to take that step. The next thing we're going to do is start our Dashboard Fox configuration tool on the server to update the settings there. Two ways I can get to that. By default, we're going to install a menu item here called Dashboard Fox. Under there, you'll see the Dashboard Fox service configuration. If I right click on that and go to more, we always recommend you run this as administrator. So I could start that way. I can also get to it from the Finder, the Program Files. And if I go to Program Files, Dashboard Fox, you'll see dbfox.windowservices.config, the application. That's the same thing. So I'm going to right click on that and say Run as Administrator, and that's going to start up my configuration tool. And I'm going to click on Web Settings. And all we're going to do in here is this directory on the host name called Dashboard Fox. We're going to delete that. I'm going to put a dot, just one single period in there, so that we no longer have to reference Dashboard Fox in our URL. We'll go ahead and save that. And may give you a message that says it can't restart the service. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. But what I recommend you do is go back to the service. You'll see it's not running. Just right click on that. Actually, it is running, but what I'm going to do just to be safe, I'm going to restart it just one more time. So now I've got my Dashboard Fox master service running. By making those changes, what we're now able to do is go back to our browser, and now I can go example.dashboardfox.app, and I can take out the Dashboard Fox and just go directly to the login page from our user-friendly URL That's going to be something that you can do on your internal server or external like I just did. And if I'm able to log in, then the procedure was correct and I've got login successful. Now the next step, and what we're going to cover in the next video in this series, is we're going to turn this into HTTPS. We want to apply a SSL certificate to that web server, show that all the traffic that's being generated through DashboardFox will be securely delivered. If you do have any questions or issues with this process, just go out to support.dashboardfox.com and post a question.